Hello everyone. Good day. My name is Omelogo, Nnadi. I like to call myself the children nurturer. And this is because it's not just that I love children. I've loved children for as long as I can remember, but it's actually because I have my way with children. I just know what to do with a child at every given point, and I like to call that one of my superpowers, one of my greatest superpowers. So I'm Omelogo, Nnadi once again, the children nurturer. So yesterday, on my group on raising a child, I put up a post like a did you know teaser, and it was a question that said, did you know that children feel to the minutest all the feelings that adults feel? Love, anger, excitement, pain, frustration, all the feelings that you as an adult would feel. A child feels it to the minutest. Now, what's the difference? Now, a child is not able to understand the feelings that he or she feels. He's not able to put them into words. He's not able to deal with these feelings, and so it behoves on the adult to now help the child to understand the feelings, grapple with them, to express them, to be able to contain the feelings and to use those feelings appropriately, because when a child is growing, in a child's growth, there are different levels. The child, first of all, is a child of will. He does everything based on its will. He just wants action, action, action. This is usually before the age of 7. And then as the child approaches 7, which is where I have my child now, he turns into a child of feeling. Most of the actions that the child gets to exhibit, most of his characters, most of his how would I put it now? Most of his activities are based on feelings, emotions. He attaches feelings a lot to what he does. Before he turns 7, he attaches action, just curiosity, just do. That's what inspires most of what the child does. But as he approaches 7, he begins to act based on his feeling, and then this spans all the way to 14. Now you see this bracket of a child's life. They're the most important, where you have to pay attention. Now, 0 to 7 is when you want to build a wholesome child. You have to pay attention to what the child is learning, who the child is in their company, what the child is exposed to, books, movies, music, people, characters, 0 to 7, because that's the foundation of the child. But when the child exceeds 7 and goes towards teenage years, this is the period where feelings play the utmost role, and this is a time when you have to pay the most attention. And then there's a crime that many adults commit. We dismiss the feelings of children. We don't think that they really understand. Okay, you could say to maybe a child, let's say a 9-year-old could say, but I really love that guy. And you go like, what do you know about love? No, that's an error. Now, it is the period where the child is reading a lot, the child is hearing a lot, the child is seeing a lot, and then the child is in that space where it tries to make sense of a lot of things. Now, instead of dismissing a 9-year-old who's talking love, you have the duty to sit the child down and find out exactly, help that child to put those feelings into words. Oh, you love him. That's interesting. What exactly? How do you know that you love him? What's that about? Can you tell me? Be enthusiastic. Be curious. Be encouraging, so you can have a conversation with the child and find out exactly what these feelings are about. Because when you're interested in how a child feels, it helps the child to form. A child becomes confident. A child becomes adventurous. A child, in a healthy way, by the way, a child becomes wholesome. A child becomes sure. A child becomes secure when this child can separate his or her feelings, understand exactly what they are, and then know how to deal with them. So many adults all around now are so maladjusted. They have their emotions and feelings running all over the place. Some people don't know how to behave. Some people don't understand basic things like gratitude. That's why you would have someone, for instance, who is stalking another person and he calls it love. I love her so much, I want to be. No, you're obsessed. Now, love and obsession are two different things. But because you did not learn as a child to understand, to separate your feelings, you mistake obsession for love. So starting young, starting at an early stage of childhood is better, because that way it helps a child to separate the feelings, to name them for what they are, to understand them. Now, if you read my post from yesterday, where I talked about children and their emotions, I said that, okay, while they feel these things to the minutest, that what you had to do to help them grapple with these feelings is to use words and pictures. For instance, if you were to teach a little child, say a 2-year-old, about happy, sad, angry, excited, you can use pictures. Create pictures in the child's mind about these feelings so that they can attach those pictures to these feelings. And if the picture tallies with what they feel, they will let you know. So, yes, that same way that you teach that little child about happy, sad, angry, frustrated, the way you teach a little child that way, these things is the way you teach a teenager or a child who's approaching, leaving that foundational stage and approaching teenage age. These things, give them words. Now, one of the challenges with this is you can't give what you don't have. There are so many adults who have their feelings in a mishmash. And if that is you, what do you do? Okay, this cannot be overstated. I'd say get help with trying to grapple with your own feelings. It could be professional if you can handle it, but how about hanging around people who actually have their feelings all sorted out, who are able to handle with these things appropriately? How about hanging around such people so you can learn how to differentiate feelings, how to prioritize or apportion feelings, yes, and then pay attention to the child. Do you know that having a conversation constantly with your child about how the child is feeling can even help you to start apportioning your feelings and, separating them appropriately? So while you're trying to help the child, you could also help yourself. But remember, every child is an individual. Once they are born, they are an individual, and they feel all the feelings that you feel to the minutest, no matter what it is. Do not dismiss the feelings of a child. Do not. It is an error. You throw that child out there into a world unprepared. You throw that child into a world where the child is confused and wouldn't know his right from his left, a mix and a mash of everything. Do not dismiss the feeling, no matter what it is. If a child is angry over something at home and you feel it's unjustified, how do you sort it out? Do not say, would you stop that? No. Have a conversation. It's simple. You must create time. Have a conversation with the child. Okay, so why do you feel this angry? What's going on? What has happened? Why are you feeling this way? Why do you have a frown on your face? Can we talk about it? Okay, but I said this, I did this, and this happened and that happened. So how? Why? What? Tell me. Can you let me know? I'd like to understand why you have this frown on your face. I like to understand why you're crying. I'd like to understand why you're so angry. I'd like to understand why you're so pissed. Okay, so just yesterday I asked my little boy. He's not even 7 yet. He's going to be 7 next month. So I asked him, why do you talk to me as if you're mad at me? Why? Are you mad at me? He said no. I said, do I annoy you? He said no. Do I irritate you? Do you know what irritating means? He said yes. When someone is not happy, when someone doesn't feel so comfortable and excited. I said yes. I said, so do I irritate you? He said no. I said, so why do you talk to me as if you're upset? You don't want to talk to me. You have your forehead is creased like you're angry that I'm talking to you. I mean, and then the way you talk to me, why do you retort when I talk to you? You answer me very sharply. It's not nice. I mean, you can talk to me do you or don't you love me anymore? I said, I love you. But so you don't talk to me like someone who loves me. Is there a problem? Meanwhile, I know that he's passing that stage where he wants things his way. He thinks he's got it all figured out, and he doesn't want you to tell him what to do. He wants to do this a certain way. And I realize that he's passing that stage. And so what is my role? I have to draw his attention to the fact that he's feeling that way. I have to draw his attention that this is what you're feeling, and this is what you should do about it. Now, is this feeling right, what you're feeling? Is it wrong, what you're feeling? Can you make it better? Can you deal with these feelings? Can you feel better? Can you change this feeling with something else? So that is my role. So as a parent, as a guardian, as an adult, or as someone who has children in his or her care, you have that task to look out for the child and what feelings they're feeling and help them grapple with it. Sometimes when you help them, you help yourself too. Okay, I hope that you've gained loads from this video. It's not a short video, but I hope you've got value from this, and I hope that you would apply these things that you have learned from this video. Thank you for hanging on. My name is Omelogo Nnadi once again, and I like to be called the children nurturer. Bye.